And I've had these ideas, and sometimes I think what stops me from doing them is that insecurity, that worry of judgment from others. And I'm going to be trying to pursue them. I'm not telling you guys that I'm going to do something, because I might not. I might fail at it. But I'm going to say, what I am saying is that I'm going to be trying. But the thing is, you have to dream big. You have to have large goals, because there might just be a chance that it happens.
This is season 2, guys.
And you're listening to the Lama Podcast.
This fool is never.
This is Josh Martinez.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Doros.
This is Nathaniel Morales.
This is Della.
What's up? We're the Lama Podcast, man.
And you're listening to the Lama Podcast.
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 Okay, hello. Welcome back to the Lama Podcast. This is a little bit of a different one. I'm alone. I think it's the first one I do alone. My goodness gracious. Okay, guys, welcome back. Welcome back to the Lama Podcast. Nice to see all of you here tuned in today, be it on Spotify, Apple Music, on the different listening platforms like Anchor or YouTube. Thank you for tuning in and listening. We appreciate your support and you guys coming into here. As you guys see today, I'm alone. I'm looking off over here to this camera. This is my old iPod Touch. Okay, so if this looks horrible, forgive me. I'm gonna use it, but if it looks horrible, I'm sorry. Okay, but as I said, welcome back to the Lama Podcast. I haven't done an episode for a very long time, and I appreciate you guys. I saw that over that time that I wasn't doing any episodes, many people are going back and listening to old episodes, and, just seeing that support, even when, I wasn't even doing anything to be, supported of, I guess the term to be said, but seeing how a lot of you guys were listening to old episodes or maybe catching up, that it kind of motivated me to try and think of ways to make the podcast better. And I've been trying to work on different ways to try to do that. And to be honest, it's a lot of laziness on my part. And, just, I guess, fear of doing this exactly. When I was starting to do this episode that you guys are watching, I was having a little bit of difficulty because I just felt like this is not going to be a good episode. This is something that's not going to be very, enjoyable to watch, but I know that many of you guys have stuck around even with the changes. As many of you guys know, my brother Jovan, he's in Puerto Rico doing missionary work over there in those places. He's doing that for 2 years, and kind of left the podcast, and not saying anything he's doing is wrong. I think it's good. I support him. I believe it's something great that he's doing, and anyone that does that type of work is amazing work, especially people that are within our community. They understand the importance of those things. I think it's something, something amazing, but it left me in this place of trying to do the podcast, something that we did that was very fun, but we ended up starting to take very seriously, and I kind of felt this pressure, I guess, to try and do things better, try and do things a certain way, or, to hold the same value. As many of you guys know, the podcast was very much a comedy podcast, and we're trying to bring, as I'll continue explaining in a moment, but I'm trying to bring back kind of the funness to it, because at the end of the day, who wants to be serious all the time? Who wants to be somebody that's everything they do is about something serious. Everything they do is something that has a large issue behind it or whatever it may be. Not that those things are important or whatnot, that they're important to speak upon or to speak about things that are current events that are going on, whatever it may be, but I believe also that it's kind of a way that we have to be positive in a way that, how can I say, that not everything has to be serious, and especially if you're going to go listen to a podcast sometimes sometimes you don't want serious. Sometimes you just want to mess around, talk about dumb things, just have fun conversation, smile about something, or just kind of hear somebody's opinion. I don't personally think of myself as some sort of influential person, but, I guess just in the same way as you would want to hear a friend's opinion on something, some of you guys might want to hear my opinion on something or hear how I see certain things, just how I value other people's opinions and other people's point of view of things, But back to what I was saying about the podcast. I understand that it has been something that I've been lacking on, but the hope is to try and be more consistent on it. Because I know the people that do like the podcast and do like what we're doing, I honestly appreciate all of you guys from the bottom of my heart. It's something that, even though my brother tells me this all the time, you're not even making money from it. We do make a little bit of money if you listen to this on Spotify or on Apple Music, or if you listen to it on Anchor, which we recommend. If you watch the YouTube video, at least go over there and listen to it for like a minute. If you could do that, please. But that helps as well. But, it's something that I think of it like a hobby, if that makes any sense. Something that I found something that makes me, I don't want to say it makes me happy because I'm not depressed or something, but something I found enjoyment in doing, coming over here and talking about the podcast, talking about things that are going on in my life, just laughing, because conversation is something very important, something very great that we do, and that it's important for us as people to socialize and talk with other people. What I'm getting at, I'm trying to get the podcast to be more consistent. I'm trying to work on things like that to be able to be something that comes to you guys very much more regularly, something that comes, the hope for me is to do it once a week. And the plan with that is that I'm going to be having, I believe you know what, I'm just not going to say. I'm going to have somebody that's going to be helping me to be able to bring the podcast out more consistently. Somebody is going to be as a replacement host for Jovan. That way it motivates me a little bit more, and it's something that, bring to you guys, because, I know some of you guys enjoy listening to it. I know many of you guys enjoy listening to the podcast, and it honestly makes me very happy to know that. But to be completely honest with you guys, I have a lot of plans, a lot of ideas that I want to do, but it seems a lot of time that it might be the insecurity within me of whether or not people will like it and the judgment of others. If I'm being completely honest, thinking that people will have an idea of me of who does this guy think he is? Why does he think he can do these certain things, Because sometimes I have ideas, and I'm sure all of us, sometimes we have ideas and we think this would be something helpful to people. This would be something fun to do, it's just simply like fun to do. And I've had these ideas, and sometimes I think what stops me from doing them is that insecurity, that worry of judgment from others, and not so much the criticism, because I think everyone can receive criticism and that's important, but I guess the judgment of it being good, it not being good, my idea or the way I execute it not being good, and me not able to make it good, if that makes sense. I think that's the thing that stops me. That's the thing that doesn't let me pursue what I want to do, But some of you guys may know that I follow Gary Vee, and he was saying, you're never going to know whether you're good at something, or you're not going to know if you like something unless you try, right? So, like I told you guys, I have a couple plans to do. I have a couple plans in line. I'm not going to try to mention them because, like I said, I don't want to bring your guys' hopes up so much. And I'm sorry if that sounds pessimistic or whatever, or very negative. But I had some ideas, and I'm going to be trying to pursue them. I'm not telling you guys that I'm going to do something, because I might not. I might fail at it. I might not like it at all and not want to put it out. I might, even in my own objective or subjective view, it might be something that I don't like at all. But I'm going to say, what I am saying is that I'm going to be trying. I'm going to be trying to do something bigger, something better. A lot of things that I think could help out within our own community in a way that can help. Because the way I think of it is that like the education is very important, right? And not that I think I'm some sort of wise person, but what I feel is that I have ideas to help people, not necessarily teach people, but to help people. Because all of us have a unique set of knowledge, even about something that may not be very important, right? But when you combine different unique sets of knowledge, it becomes its own unique set of knowledge, right? And not to be all philosophical and stuff, right? But somebody's information that they have, and then you pair it with the information that someone else gives them, it turns into like a different cocktail of the whole thing, right? And it's something completely brand new, and they're able to see it in a perspective that is very different. I don't know if you guys have ever heard somebody say something, the same thing, but they say it in a different way, right? Like some people might say, if for those of you that may or may not listen to Dave Ramsey, and this is just a short example. He says that in order to save, when you save, because some people might say this, you save money by sacrificing fun times, or by sacrificing certain expenses, right? So you're making a sacrifice. You're taking away from yourself something that should have been yours, that would have been yours, and saving it for the future, for an emergency, whatever it is, right? But the way he explains it is that you're paying yourself in the future, right? Then not necessarily you're not depriving yourself, but you're paying yourself. You're giving yourself something in the future, right? And this is more of a financial thing that he explains. But if you get what I'm saying, is sometimes the change of perspective on something is the thing that somebody needs to click in their brain, something that it just connects the two neurons perfectly, and they're able to do this thing, right? So that's what I hope, to do, I guess, because I have some ideas for some things that I think could help people. And then as well, things that I think are just going to be fun, And I continue asking you guys, those of you guys that are fans, those of you guys that are my friends, my family, to continue supporting what we're doing, Sometimes I'm seen as my younger brother, Caleb, Ticos, some of you know him. He thinks of me as a insanely, overly, how could I say, overly optimistic person, right? Where my ideas are, I could have an idea to build Disney World, but who's going to build Disney World? Only one guy has done that, right? But the thing is, you have to dream big. You have to have large goals, because there might just be a chance that it happens. There might just be a chance that you do something and do something big. And that's kind of the hopes that I have for this podcast. Not saying that I want to be some large podcast like Joe Rogan, right? But I want to be able to have something that I enjoy a lot, and something that brings other people joy. Because when I see the way people interact with the podcast, it makes me very happy. Because I see that people enjoy the conversations that we have. They enjoy the laughs that we have and all these different topics that we speak on. And it's something that I just hope, continues to grow and continues to help more people, or to make more people laugh. And I hope in some way I can do that, right? And I continue asking you guys for your support. At least listening to the podcast, that helps me so much, and it means so much to me. And if you guys text me or anything on Instagram, I'm going to be responding to you guys, because I'm very grateful for everything that you guys give to us, even the attention you guys give to us. I guess not the attention, but like the support, and seeing the enjoyment that you guys receive from it. So if you guys are enjoying it, if you guys are liking the podcast, and you guys are excited to see something in the future, the things that are to come, please let me know. I'm going to be doing my best to give you one podcast a week. Okay? Because I know myself that I can do it. I know I can do it if I don't allow my own judgment and the fear of judgment of others get in the way, right? And as many of you guys know, we don't really sell anything. We don't have any merch. We don't have anything like that. So simply you guys coming and listening to the podcast, sharing it with your friends, and family, that means the world to us. We appreciate it very much. And we hope that it can continue to be something that all of you guys enjoy. This has been a pretty short one, you know. I would like to ramble on a lot, but we're going to have another episode coming out later on. I'm going to try to get this episode out the day before we have the next episode. So, yeah. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. This has been the Lama Podcast, and hopefully, as I said, it could be something great, and we could continue doing this, and I could continue bringing this to all of you guys. Again, thank you so very much for all the support, and I hope that what we do in the future and what we're going to be bringing to you guys is something that you all enjoy and that makes you guys happy, or that brings you guys some sort of source of joy. I know that's kind of a large ticket to sell, but who knows? It might just be something that happens. Well, guys, I don't want to make this too long. This has been the Lama Podcast. Thank you again for your support. Thank you again for listening on the different platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcast, Anchor, YouTube. Continue sharing with your friends, and wait for the episode coming out tomorrow. Peace.